Welcome to One Shots, where we give you the latest breaking news, trending events, and spoiler talk. I'm Costello, aka Sergeant Riggs.
And I am Charles, aka Sergeant Murtaugh, and right now we are going to be discussing Sinners, and this will not be a spoiler-free review of the film. We know it's only the weekend; it just came out this weekend, but if you haven't seen it, please go see that film. It's phenomenal. We're going to be talking about RyanCoogler's success, obviously, with this film, what the numbers look like so far, and basically kind of give you an idea of where these characters come from in this film and the meaning behind that film itself. But we're also going to be discussing WBD situation regarding their film slate as well. So this is a WBD film. We're going to be discussing all of that stuff. So sit tight.
But before we do that, please, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like and share the video and leave your comments down below.
Yes, sir.
Charles.
All right.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. This movie is fire.
Yeah, this movie was fired. I'm going to say this. We don't follow Rotten Tomatoes critic scores. Y'all know us. We don't do that. But they got this one right. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores, they actually got this one right. It did start off with a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, dropped down to 98 because I think a critic said it was a little too long. That was like the only real criticism he had. So not the movie itself, basically, but just the length of time. I believe it came in at like, what, 2 hours and 11 minutes? Or something
a little
like that?
bit, yeah. I had the same observation that it went a little bit too long, but I can live with it because... And I also, and for transparency, I saw it in IMAX. There was a theater right next to my Airbnb. So for guys, so you know, I'm on vacation in Mexico. You don't see the background yet, so just so you know, there was an IMAX theater. So I was like, no, fuck it, I'm watching this in the big screen, and oh my fucking god!
Oh man, I bet that was something else. So yeah, so jumping right into it, man. This film follows the two main protagonists, but it's obviously MichaelBJordan playing two characters. So he plays the brothers Smoke and Stack. They are military veterans, and also they worked under they got a criminal background going on as well, and they worked in Chicago. But basically it follows them. They come back home to Mississippi, and they open up a juke joint. So for you kids that don't know what a juke joint is, it's basically a club. So that's what they called them way back in the day, where everybody came in. They had a bar, you smoke, drank, dance, all of that good stuff. But yeah, so it follows those two brothers and them basically on their quest to open up this juke joint, and to get their friends and family and everybody to come along with them to help them open this place up. So there's a lot of backstory to follow. It was very, very interesting how they did the backstory of these characters. It was just like they went from person to person, and you got to know a little bit about who they were.
About each character,
about each character. So we're gonna dive into that. But it was a brilliantly shot film. I believe Coogler said it was on what, 70 millimeter or something like that.
He did. He actually reached out to Nolan for advice.
There you go.
Very smart move, Ryan. If you're watching this, or any of your agents or talents are watching this, beautiful. That was a beautiful move you did, because again, I saw it in IMAX, and oh my effing god,
it was brilliant. It was cinematically, it was a cinematic achievement. It was also from a character development standpoint, it was awesome. MichaelBJordan delivered, in my opinion, one of his best performances yet as Smoke and Stack. So Smoke is the one that generally they call him Smoke because he smokes cigarettes and all of that. And he's the more chill and kind of cautious, serious one, whereas Stack is kind of the laid back, joking one, and he plays those parts just magnificently. You can tell the difference between their personalities. That's how good that was. And you think they were actually brothers, twin brothers, when you see them in this film. Yeah, no, we cousins. It was fantastic, but there were a lot of standouts. I had to get a list, man, but yeah, not just him. Everybody's performances were great in this film. You have Haley Steinfeld
as Mary.
As Mary. And Frodo. Yeah.
That,
So for those of you guys who doesn't
girlfriend.
know, if you've seen Transformers, the B one, Bumblebee,
Bumblebee.
that's the first time I've
Or
ever seen it.
Hawkeye.
That
You Marvel fans.
you go. Yeah, she was in that as well. So that's her. She was great as Mary. We have Winmi Masako as Annie. So she was the love interest of Smoke. We got Jane Lawson. That was Pearline. She was the singer. And then we have
Gilroy.
obviously,
Gilroy.
old school cat from way back in my day, Delroy Lindo. And then newcomer Miles Canton. That dude, the young one. So he played Sammy. Yeah. He was the one with the guitar.
He played, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can sing his ass off. And you wouldn't think that type of boisterous voice came from this guy, but he's opened his mouth and started talking. You're like, whoa. He started playing that guitar, and you're like, what? Everybody did a fantastic job, moves. Man. Yeah, he has. Yeah, man. So basically, yeah. So in a nutshell, they open up the juke joint. They got everybody involved, all their friends and family there, and then they get paid a visit. Now from the trailer, y'all already know that they're vampires. He has a unique take on how he did this vampire story. So we're gonna get into it. Phil, what's your take, man?
What I loved about is when the movie started, you know, because as like we love movies when they start from like the end and then start in the beginning or like in the middle, you know, just chop it up this and that in pieces. Mm-hmm. And when you see Sammy going to the church because he's the son of a pastor, mm-hmm. And he shows up all fucked up, and then pow, you see like cutscenes of what happened the night before, and it's so quick, and I was like, oh, I jumped. Like when the first one I jumped, I was like, damn, what the hell happened? Mm-hmm. What was this? Caught me off guard so well, man. It was dope. It was so well done. So well done.
Yeah.
A lot of like you said, it's like it's ensemble cast, like we're guiding the team or we're guiding the community, each one going, each twin has his own role. Okay, you go do this, I'll go do that, I go get this person, I gotta set this up, blah, blah, blah. So you see the dynamic, MichaelBJordan, he played off as himself so well, just like with Ezra Miller did in The Flash.
Mm-hmm. This was exactly phenomenal. Yeah, exactly, man. It was phenomenal. So yeah, there is a I liked Coogler's take on the deeper allegory of using the vampires and the music as an allegory to what people actually thought of music like that, of the blues and things way back in the day. That was considered devil music. So, you know, the dancing and all of the other kind of stuff. But the way he incorporated the past, the present, and the future.
Yep. Because when you see Sammy playing the music, it conjures like spirits from the past, present, and future. So when we start seeing people like a type of Jimi Hendrix type electric guitar, I was like, is that Jimi Hendrix? I'm like, what the hell? Like, I know if that was him, but exactly, you're looking at the past, you're looking at the future as well. So that was beautiful done, like the way he shot it.
Exactly. You saw the cats, you saw the dudes break dancing. So as he's playing that guitar, you see the people in the 80s and 90s, they're getting their break dance on. You see, and it's not just black culture. That's what I liked about it. It had the Asian culture in there, it had the Native American culture in there, and it basically was
also involved in this story because it's in the early 40s, and you know, the clan is involved in this as well. So so I did feel that this was a mix of, yes, blues is involved, but also kind of something like a Dusk Till Dawn type, but for the but a black instead of like a Mexican Dusk Till Dawn, this was a black Dusk Till Dawn. You know, that's the feel that I got with this. So
I got a actually, that's a pretty good observation, man. I kind of had that 30 Days of Night sort of going on with them too, especially
that's
with the vampires. Yeah, especially with the vampires, man. That was pretty slick. But yeah, so breaking it down, man. you basically have these guys, coming from the military. And at one time they mentioned that what did they work? They were working with Al Capone in Chicago.
Yes,
Yeah,
they worked with Al
yeah.
Capone like in Prohibition
So
era.
so you got these guys and they're opening up this club, man, and it's just we can't help but talk about. I don't want to spoil all of it, but you just can't help it, man. Their performances were fantastic. Just it was off the wall. Look, a lot of people are gonna boycott as a whole WBD for obviously their past transgressions and their present transgressions at best, but I say go see this. If I know supporting WBD is a hard thing right now. That's a hard thing, especially when it comes to DC. Now DC, that's like I said, that's a discussion for another time. But with this, support Michael B. Jordan, man. Support RyanCoogler. This is fantastic.
This is art. This is art.
This is art.
That's
right
what
here.
it is.
Yeah, this is
also
art right I think it's got something for everybody in it. So.
And also, this movie I think also got an A plus cinema score.
That is correct.
This movie was made. This was a $90 million budget, guys. Like this was a cheap movie to do, and mind you, the marketing on this movie is. Where is the marketing? Let's start with that. I haven't seen anything because we get WBD is broke. They're saving all their chips for Superman, whatever. We'll talk about that another time. But what I like about this is the word of mouth will spread for this movie because yes, the book cut is there, but like you said, Charles, this is a movie that needs to be seen. And if you guys can go watch it in IMAX, go watch it on IMAX because this was a good movie. And I'll say this, RyanCoogler, I would not be surprised because he's in his early 30s, I believe.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he wins an Oscar before he's 40 years old or in his mid 40s. Because what I said to you backstage, RyanCoogler is this generation's Spike Lee. And you also said that, Spike Lee with Denzel back in the day used to collab. These two now, RyanCoogler and Michael B. Jordan, they're the new, they're the black Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. They make a Spike Lee.
Exactly. For a little bit of history for you guys, if you've never seen Fruitvale Station, that was the first time that Michael B. Jordan and RyanCoogler worked together. So that was his first movie. After that, they just took off from there, and they've been collaborating ever since. So, and I think they got some other stuff coming down the pipeline too. I still have to look all of that stuff up. But other than that, man, they made a great team with this film. Like I said, I highly recommend going to see it. I gave it. I didn't care about the runtime, bro. I don't care about stuff like that. Runtimes don't bother me unless the story's lost me. If the story's lost me, then I'm done. This movie could have been 3 hours, and I probably still would have been sitting there like glued to it.
There were some parts of the movie that maybe went a little bit too long for me with the storytelling. But I was like, you know what? This is like the part, like for instance, with Delroy's character. When he's telling a little bit of story, I thought that could have been a little bit shorter, but I get it. It's some people like Zack Snyder's always said he needs time to tell his story for his character. So if Ryan needed that extra time to tell the story of these characters to make the story make more sense, then hey, you know what? If I have to suck it up for another 5-10 minutes of extra storytelling, whatever, it paid off. And And I'm definitely gonna and I'm gonna go watch this again with my girlfriend because I saw it last night, and tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna go see it again because like this movie's so good. This movie so
it was good, dude. Delroy obviously he played Delta Slim, so he played a character named Delta Slim. He played plays the harmonica, and he's a drunk. But he was pretty funny in this movie, man. There was some humor, some pretty good humor in the film as well between obviously Smoke and Stack, but also Delroy Lindo's character Delta Slim. He was pretty.
I kind of felt. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I kind of felt that his character was kind of like. I don't what's the word? It's not educating, but maybe schooling is the word. He was trying to show Sammy the way of music, like trying to make him embrace. Listen, like this kid, he can do this. He can sing. He can play. He's like he was trying to make him look at his full potential. That's the word. He was trying to make him push his full potential. And even though the movie they met for one night, but I felt like he really cared for the kid with that short moment that he had when they're like, oh my God, this kid's got talent. I'm like, you're gonna do just fine. He saw that. And also the cousins, Stack also, because when Stack is with Sammy, like on driving to go do whatever, like you guys are gonna have to watch the movie. We're not gonna spoil it all, but he's like, damn boy, you can play like
exactly. And that part right there, that scene right there, and they show it again. Remember at the end of the movie, they kind of show it again as he's talking, as he's older and he's talking about. Yeah, so they showed again, and Stack was like blown away. First, he was blown away by him playing the guitar, and then when he heard Sammy sing, he was just like, "What? That's my little cousin right there." So, what I liked about this is the heart. It had a lot of heart in this film, especially between Smoke and his what's her name, Annie.
And this was also about family, because all these guys grew up in the community. Because the twins, they left, they went to the war, went to Chicago, worked for Capone, they're coming back home. They're making their spot now. So it's like a family gathering. So I felt that too. No, dude, like this I give a 10 out of 10. This is
I did too. I gave it a 10 out of 10, man. Like I said, if it's good and it's got me in, that I can forgive that 2 hours and 11 minutes with the quick. I can. That's it, like I said, with just like Justice League, man. Zack Snyder's Justice League, 4 hours, and it feels like 2.5 hours to me. That's how drawn in I was on that with that film. So
this movie, like I said, it was a $90 million budget, and it's already made like 2/3 of it back in 2 days. So this boycott thing, and also Zaslav saying, "Oh, Mike DeLuca, Panadi, you guys are gonna lose their job." Blah blah blah. This is a message for you, WBD. This is when you let talent do their thing. And this, you're welcome. That's what RyanCoogler tells it.
You're welcome. Exactly. You can't stand in the way of talent like this, man. And David Zaslav had made mention of the fact that they want to focus on big IPs and stuff like that. I get it, but your company is not in a position to be trusted with big IPs. You know what I mean? So these individual films that these auteurs make, which was WBD's mandate. Okay, they wanted it to be a filmmaker studio. They didn't want it to be the studio making the films for the directors. They wanted talent to come in and make their films for them. And RyanCoogler exemplifies that type of talent. So he's like a Fincher or an Anton Fuqua he's
going down in history. He's definitely going to go down in history, because he's this is something that Denzel, I've heard him in a lot of interviews, when he says, when I'm young, I'm in the learning phase, then I'm in the earning phase, and then I'm in the return phase. RyanCoogler is on the learning phase, and he's gonna get to the earning phase. So So
you don't do that by having ego. He is tapping everybody. Chris Nolan, who he's learning from, everybody that he can learn from to be his most successful at what he does. So
even I just heard right now, I was listen before we jumped in. I was looking at on Instagram, and I saw a video of MichaelBJordan saying that, you know what, I don't party a lot. I'm living my full potential now. If people are partying, I'm studying, and because I'm trying to build my foundation now while I'm young. And then later, when I hit my 40s or 50s, that's when I thrive. So that's the mentality that MichaelBJordan and RyanCoogler had. They're hustling now. They're building their foundation now, because later they can party, enjoy life, they can again. Chris Nolan, he's there now. You know what I mean?
I'm waiting on these two to say, "Hey, man, let's build our own studio."
Oh, dude,
that's what I would love to see.
There's so much potential, or their own production coming together, partner together.
Their own production company. Let's do it.
You know?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Antoine Fuqua and Denzel been working for years together. These two, like again, when you have talent like this, give them what they need and let them do their thing, and reap the rewards. $90 million. That's nothing compared to all the spending they've been doing with other IP movies.
Exactly. And people keep saying, well, that doesn't include the marketing costs. I'm like, what marketing?
There is no marketing.
What marketing are you talking about?
We're the marketing. We're the ones talking. We're promoting this.
You saw a couple of different clips and trailers. Everything else has pretty much been word of mouth, right? I haven't seen any real marketing on this film. Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen any real marketing. I popped up one day and I saw a movie that was going to come out called Sinners, and I was like, "What's that?"
And I remember when this came out, because we covered this on the channel. We reacted to the first trailer, and me and Rox, we were like, "What the fuck is this?" And you're like, "Homie, this shit's about vampires," and I'm like, "Motherfucker, you nailed it, Charles." That's why I love you.
Yep, but pay attention, guys. If you go see this movie, the vampires have a deeper meaning. The vampire, it's not just the vampires themselves. The vampires, is, if you know what an allegory is, trust me, it's way deeper than what you think it is. But it was out. Oh, I also wanted to talk about the Native Americans, the vampire hunters.
Yes,
the ones that. Yes. So briefly in the film, you will see a couple of them. They're looking for the leader. I think his name is Remick or something like that.
Remick. Yeah, he's Irish.
Yeah. So they're looking for him basically, and they stopped by this house because he showed up at this house, and that's basically where everything pops off. But yeah, they are vampire hunters in the film. Yep.
Yep. And Remick has a purpose. And this is an observation also that I saw online, and then after watching this movie and then going back on seeing, like, for instance, like Black Panther or Creed, and like, okay, so RyanCoogler gives the antagonist a purpose, a why they do. From a certain point of view, yes, I can get it, but from the protagonist, we're like, no, you're wrong. But like Zod. Why does Zod wants to come in and build Krypton on Earth? It's for the good of Krypton.
For the good of Krypton. It has nothing to do with Zod didn't think of human beings one way or the other than they're in the way. To him, it was like, this is something that needs to be moved out of the way so my people can survive. And that was his baseline. It was nothing personal. That was just the way Zod was built. We all know that. So, yeah, but this movie follows a similar pattern. You are absolutely correct, especially with Remick and his dialogue. If you listen to what he's saying, you're like, okay.
Again, when I heard this, I was like, oh shit, it's Zod. It's oh shit, what was Black Ryan I forgot I've had a brain fart here. Michael B. Jordan's character in Black Panther. Yeah. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah. Why are we having a fart all of a sudden?
But yeah, it's basically it's the antagonist has a purpose, and you can understand it from his point of view that he is correct. But obviously, from our point of view, no, you're wrong. But there is a meaning why. There's depth into it. Again, it's not just a movie flick, just ha ha ha. No, it makes you want to think. Why is the person doing what they're doing? Why is they acting what they're doing? Killmonger, thank you.
Killmonger, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. But yeah, to wrap this up, Charles, anything else you want to add about this?
Other than that, man, like I said, it just came out this past weekend. Like I said, I think this film has things in it for everybody. If you're into vampires, obviously, but if you are also into great dialogue, great scenes, I mean, this was a cinematic performance out of all of these characters. go watch this film. It was great. It's the one thing, and I hate Rotten Tomatoes. I can't stand them. I don't look at them as any kind of baseline for measuring or judging anything, but they actually got this right.
This one
they actually got this right.
And I wouldn't be surprised, because obviously this was Easter weekend, so yeah, a lot of people went to the movies. I would not be surprised if numbers go up for the following weekend, because the word of mouth will spread on this movie. I can agree with that.
Yep. All right, that was Sinners, everybody. But yeah, man, like I said, go see Sinners, guys. It was a fantastic film. But what do you guys think about if you've only seen the trailer, what do you think about the trailer? If you've seen the movie, sound off down below. We'd love to hear what you thought about the movie Sinners from RyanCoogler.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time on One Shots.